for Honlalchi, wearing a burgundy suit.
Jay on right.
Hey there. It's SportsCenter with Jay and Dan. It's our last show of the week. Do we have that font? Can we tell people what we're doing? No, we're mailing it in.
We'll always mail it in, even though this was a huge evening, Thursday evening, a huge evening in sports.
That's right, because Bianca was on the court under the lights at the U.S. Open with a chance to clinch a spot in the U.S. Open final.
And become the first Canadian woman in a U.S. Open final where she would face the greatest of all time. Bianca Andreescu of Mississauga, Ontario, 43-4 this season. Regardless of how this would finish, she would enter the top 10 come Monday, facing world number 12 Belinda Bencic. On serve of the first, Andreescu clips the tape, Bencic gets there, Andreescu over the top. Sly Stallone, arm wrestling movie, but she comes up holding her knee. She said it was achy before the tournament, achy, but she'd still hold it love. First set needed a tie break. Andreescu up 2-love, rips one backhand down the line, then puts away the next one. One of her 25 winners in the set. She's now up 6-3 with triple set point. Bencic hits her 12th unforced error to seal it. Andreescu wins the opener without earning a single break point, but she'd go on down a break in the second, facing her 13th break point of the match. Andreescu finds the net. And Bencic is pumped up. Like Andreescu, she's playing her first major semifinal. Bencic was up 4-1 at one point in the second set, then up 5-2 at one point. That brings us to the TSN turning point. Bencic serving for the set, sets up a wide open court, but Andreescu with a huge backhand. Gets one break back. Andreescu would hold to go down 5-4. Then Bencic a second chance to serve it out. Andreescu rips another big winner. Now facing break point, Bencic double faults, and she seems to blame the crowd. Either way, now it's 5-all. Andreescu, more great D in the next game.
She's got that too.
Andreescu goes up 6-5. Then Bencic serving to force the tiebreak. Andreescu with one of her 40 winners. Just so much power. 19 years old. She'd blow 2 match points. Mom and Dad looking on. She had another chance.
Game, set, match, Andreescu. She can't believe it. Well, those of us that have seen her rise this year can believe it.
Thank you, Patrick McEnroe. Bianca Andreescu, the first Canadian to reach the U.S. Open final with an absolutely thrilling win. We'll tell you who she'll be facing in mere moments. But first, this is how it all broke down. What a match by Bianca Andreescu. She had 40 winners compared to Bencic's 16 and had 5 more aces than her opponent. Just a gutsy effort in that second set. Afterward, she went one-on-one with our own Mark Rowe.
Bianca, congratulations. A U.S. Open final. I know that you've been thinking about this. You've had visions of this. You have talked a lot about that. How does reality stack up towards those visions that you've had?
Oh, man. I'm just in awe right now. A year ago today, I was in the qualifying of this tournament, so all I can say is that I'm really grateful for what's happening right now.
As a 19-year-old, I feel weird using the word vintage, but that felt a bit like a vintage Bianca Andreescu match. Take us through the second set. You're down a couple of breaks. I know you were fighting a few things. How did you battle back and turn this match around?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I felt like I was too down on myself in the second set, so at 4-1, I told myself, if you're going to be like this, you're going to lose. So I just try to bounce back, try to stay as pumped as possible, and I never give up.
A couple of weeks ago, your opponent tonight, Belinda Bencic, told our Mark Masters that you are the future of tennis, and now you face the president of tennis, Serena Williams. Was this deep down the match that you wanted here at the U.S. Open?
Yeah, for sure. My coach and I were actually talking before the tournament. It would be cool to have a rematch in the finals, so I guess that's what it is.
What will it take to beat her?
Oh, just me playing my best tennis. If I can do that, then I think I have a good chance.
I know that you used the crowd to your advantage tonight, but how about everyone that was watching? She the North. I know you're a Raptors fan. That has been trending. People like Kia Nurse, Steve Nash, so much support. What did that mean to you in the lead up to this match?
Yeah, it gave me, I think, extra motivation to just have those Canadian supporters. I've looked up to them their whole career, and even now too, so it's really nice to get their support.
A year ago, a loss in qualifying, and now you're in the U.S. Open final. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing story. Great job by Mark Rowe. Tim, can you call Mark and just get him to come back? I'd like to ask him a few questions with Dan here in a second. But first, I'll tell you that Bianca Andreescu becomes just the third Canadian ever to reach a Grand Slam final. Joining Milos Raonic in 2016 and Jeannie Bouchard in 2014, they both lost at Wimbledon. By the way, the U.S. Women's Open champion makes just under $4 million. The runner-up makes just under $2 million. So either way, she's going to get paid.
Yeah, that's right.
She's going to get paid. Oh, good. Mark is back. Thank you, Tim, for bringing him back in. Mark Rowe from Flushing Meadows. Great to see you. Bianca Andreescu trailing by a double break twice in the second set, Mark. She battles back, wins it again. We're seeing this over and over from her. What does it say about her resiliency under so much pressure?
You're right. And by the way, I don't know how producer Tim has my number, but anyways, that's beside the point. No, but you are so right, because this is a microcosm of the whole season. You know, every difficult situation, she finds a way out of it, whether it's problem solving, whether it's coming up with a great shot. We've seen it so many times in this tournament. We saw it in Toronto. We saw it in Indian Wells. You know, the bigger the stage, and she gets in these uncomfortable situations, and this was, hey, she had to play last night in a 3-setter that goes over 2 hours. She has to come back here, and it's almost, you want to say, like, oh, this is unbelievable, and yet it's quite believable, because she continually does it, and now she faces the biggest challenge yet in Serena Williams in the final.
That's right. Serena waiting in the final on Saturday, and Bianca said, yeah, she gets a rematch, which is great, because Serena, she had to retire the last time they faced each other. So this is almost fitting that they meet each other in the U.S. Open final.
And she admitted, yeah, she talked to her coach about it before the tournament. Obviously, was not going to admit that during the tournament. But, you know, even before I got here, people predicted that could happen. And a lot of people wanted it, because they think that Bianca Andreescu is the one player who could beat Serena Williams when Serena is playing well. And that's a testament to what Andreescu brings to the court, that confidence, that intensity, but also the 4 or 5 different ways that she beats opponents. And, you know, this is history on the line for 2 different parties. You know, Bianca tries to become the first Canadian singles player to win a Grand Slam title. Serena tries to win a 24th and tie Margaret Court. And how about this? Serena wins her first Grand Slam title here in 1999. Bianca wasn't even born when she won that title.
Incredible. And it's on Saturday on TSN. Mark, great job. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Serena, as we mentioned, looking to reach her second straight final at Flushing Meadows. Needed to beat the 5th seed Alina Svitolina of Ukraine, who won their last meeting at the 2016 Rio Olympics. Svitsi. Look at Serena, though. That is an incredible winner. Just 2 wins away from a record-tying 24th Grand Slam title, as Mark mentioned earlier in our interview. That, I have to say, was pretty good. Kudos to producer Tim for making it happen. Nice work there. Serena putting away the volley. Same game. Serena, incredible running forehand. 6-time champion, complete control, closing in on her 33rd career major final. 2 games later, Serena now with match point. Here comes the backhand. She rolls in straight sets, 6-3, 6-1, reaching her 10th career U.S. Open final, as Mark mentioned, 20 years after her first. So here is the matchup. Andreescu making only her 4th Grand Slam appearance. If she wins Saturday, it would be tied for the fewest by a woman to win her first major title in the Open era with Monica Seles. Serena back in the U.S. Open final for the 10th time in her career. The rematch of the Rogers Cup, the match that never really got played. Serena, Bianca, we have it for you on TSN this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific time. All of Canada will be watching.
You know what else happened Thursday night? Packers and Bears kicked off the NFL season. Not just any season, the NFL's 100th season. The Grey Cup is 10 years older, but I digress. Packers into Chicago with Aaron Rodgers having not played a single snap in the preseason. Chicago looking for consecutive wins over Green Bay for the first time since 2007. The Bears' season ended last year after Cody Parkey's double doink against Philly. Eddie Pinheiro, he's the new kicker. Pinheiro gets his first opportunity in the opening quarter. Okay, 38-yarder, bud. You think you're going to get kicked out of town? Yeah, okay, he's okay for now. Nailed it. His father's a former pro soccer player. That's him. Bears strike first. Aaron Rodgers didn't play a snap. I mentioned that. Playing under his new head coach, Matt LaFleur, for the first time. The Packers had minus 12 yards of offense in the first quarter, so that wasn't good. Second quarter, Rodgers, he's going downfield. Marquez Valdez-Scantling has him. He's open. 47-yard grab. Rodgers 17-5 in his career against Chicago. First and goal. Rodgers, there's a flag on the play. He's got a free play. Going to Jimmy Graham. Touchdown. First touchdown of the 2019 season, capping a 4-play, 74-yard drive in 1 minute, 35 seconds, 7-3 Green Bay. Okay, the offense is going to start humming now, right? 4 minutes to go in the fourth. 10-3 Packers. Yeah, I guess that offense didn't get going. Mitch Trubisky on 3rd and 10 connects with Allen Robinson. First down. Robinson had 102 yards. Last chance. 2 minutes to go. Trubisky going end zone. Looking for Robinson. Picked off by Adrian Amos, the former Chicago Bear. Green Bay takes over. Trubisky actually got one more chance. 4th and 8. Trubisky. And down he goes. Sacked for the 5th time. Packers defense holds Chicago to 3 points as the Packers win on the road 10-3. It was, this game was the opposite of a Picasso. Packers win against an NFC North team for the first time in their last 6 games. And Rodgers picks up his 18th win against the Bears. And the Bears have now lost 6 straight season openers, the longest active streak in the NFL.
The Packers beat the Bears in the season opener of the 100th NFL season on Thursday night. In fact, the Packers have won their last 5 season openers, 3 of those against the Chicago Bears, who were not good on Thursday night.
Guess who was in Chicago for this game?
Who's that, Dan?
Farhan Lalji.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah. Farhan, was this game good? Was it good defense? Was it bad offense? Or was it just a bad game?
Well, I think it was a bad game, and certainly it was bad offense. Now, look, you could make the case that Chicago's defense, which is an elite group, did a really good job against Aaron Rodgers to hold him to 200 yards and 10 points. But when you look at the other matchup, Chicago's offense, Green Bay's defense, that is flat out bad offense by Chicago. I take you to the 3rd quarter. There was a moment there where Chicago throws a pass down the left sideline to Robinson. They get into Green Bay territory. All of a sudden, the next play, delay of game. 3 plays later, another delay of game. And you're playing at home now. Then later on, they get into field goal territory. It's 1st and 10. They take 3 consecutive offensive penalties. It turns into 1st and 40. 2 minutes to go. Green Bay makes a good play. Adrian Amos intercepts a pass against his former team, but Trubisky still threw into double coverage. This was bad offense on every level by Chicago, in my opinion, guys.
Almost bad offense on every level by Green Bay, except for one key drive. What did you think of Aaron Rodgers under Matt LaFleur in their first game together?
Well, I think at times this was a square peg in a round hole. There was a moment in the 3rd quarter of this game where Rodgers tried to audible after motioning. There was a bit of confusion. He got the play off with just 1 second left in the clock. Then he took a sack. The next play throws a quick screen pass, a 5-yard loss. There were some moments in all of this where it just didn't look right. In the 4th quarter, he walked away from the line of scrimmage and gave up a delay of game penalty on that. And it just didn't look like he was comfortable quite yet. And listen, part of this falls on the head coaches because Aaron Rodgers didn't take a single snap in the preseason, and that's going through a new offense and a new progression there. And Mitch Trubisky played just 1 series in the preseason. He didn't throw a pass. So when you've got quarterbacks in this situation where there's a lot of change and some growth that's expected, you need to give them some preseason time. The coaches didn't, and it showed tonight.
Great job, Farhan. Travel safe, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
Still to come. Could the Antonio Brown era in Oakland already be over? We got the latest next. Jays and Rays, Bo Bichette playing against his hometown team. No one in Tampa cares. There was under 6,000 people there. Leads up the game, faces 13 pitches, fouls off a total of 9. 13th and final pitch of the at-bat.
Speaks volumes of his maturity as a hitter.
Eagle bye-bye. Opposite field power. His dad, Dante, is there. That's Bichette's second career leadoff home run. Same inning. Vladdy Guerrero Jr.
You're not a baseball watching.
Hit to left. Tommy Pham.
That one gets down.
Nope, he didn't get that. Okay, Guerrero. This is going to be inside the park home run, right? Oh, at least a triple, right?
Charging for third.
Well, the throw beats him, but Vladdy's safe. That can't be right. Oh, it is. Swim move. Got in there safely. Guerrero was stranded.
The left hand out of the way.
Let's see how the bench likes it.
The right hand, and he just slid around.
This team's having fun.
Fastball's improved.
7th inning. Bichette, the man on. Ball is destroyed. His second career multi-home run game. The last one came off Clayton Kershaw. All of it did not matter as the Rays win.
Switch it over to the National League. The Nationals and the Braves. Two teams looking at the postseason. Ozzie Albies finds a little spot in the Nats outfield to bring home Ronald Acuna Jr. And then Freddie Freeman, a citizen of both Canada and America. There's another blooper to left. Albies scores. Atlanta up 2-0 before Steven Strasburg records an out. Top three. Great diving stop on the grounder by Josh Donaldson. Dan, I'm not sure if you knew this, but Josh Donaldson once played for the Blue Jays. And he's having a bounce-back season with the Braves. We're going to the 5th. It's Acuna Jr., your reigning National League Rookie of the Year. Opposite field, 37 home runs on the season. Strasburg had 7 Ks. Gave up those 3 runs, and the Braves do get the victory.
Cubs and Brewers, top 3. Nick Castellanos. Grounder, Corey Spangenberg. Scoops, starts, 4-3 double play. Milwaukee starting a 4-game series against the Cubs. They entered trailing Chicago by 4 games in the wild card race. In the 5th, Brewers are down 2. Yasmani Grandal is the one holding wood.
Good start.
Yep, it's tied. Watch the bat flip. He knew it. In the next inning, Kyle Schwarber with the bases loaded. And Kyle Schwarber unloads them 442 feet. Schwarber's second grand slam of the season, 3rd of his career. That was the difference as the Cubs take it 10-5.
All right, how about those Phillies trying to stay in this thing? Eugenio Suarez leading all third basemen in home runs with 40 for your Cincinnati Reds. And this is 41st. First Reds player with more than 40 home runs since Adam Dunn in 2004. JT Realmuto tied it up. Reds respond in extra innings. Good effort by Harper. Bryce Harper could not get to the baseball. Phillies drop their 2nd straight and continue to lose ground in their chase for the final wild card spot. This is how it shapes up as we speak. Cardinals leading the Central over the Cubs. Cubs 2nd spot in the wild card. And Arizona and Philadelphia continue to fade. Again, the Mets nowhere to be found. Our stats guy, Hound Dog Harrison, has no respect for them and has taken them off the board.
During that highlight pack, you see that Ollie's Bargain Outlet. My dream is to go to Ollie's Bargain Outlet because I believe I would love it there.
Yeah, any place that with bargain in the title, I feel like you would always thrive.
I just discovered Giant Tiger this year.
Which is so weird to me because the rest of the country might know. I think is it only an Ontario thing? It's a small town Ontario institution.
It's my new favorite store.
But you're from small town Ontario. You grew up in small town Ontario in a city with 2 giant tigers, and you've never been to a giant tiger?
I'm a Giant Tiger VIP. Sure, everyone can sign up for it, but
they're apparently
across Canada.
They're across Canada. I'm sorry to everyone. I'm sorry to Giant Tiger. Massive news from the NFL. Antonio Brown, it continues to be a bit of a kerfuffle in Oakland. Several reports indicate the Raiders will not play their wide receiver in Week 1 because of an altercation that took place between Brown and his GM Mike Mayock on Wednesday. Brown was absent from practice and team facilities on Thursday.
Okay, short and sweet. Antonio Brown's not in the building today. He won't be practicing. I don't have any more information for you right now. And when I have some and it becomes appropriate, you guys will all get it, I promise you. But that's it for today. Thank you.
Don, has Antonio Brown been suspended?
I'm not going to get into any of that stuff right now. We'll have an official announcement later.
What do you think about him posting the fine letter?
You know, I'm not going to get into all this. If you want to ask about the Raiders, I've been talking about the same guy every day. It's the first time I've seen you, but like I said, I don't have much to give you other than he's not here today. When we get an opportunity to give you some more information, we will, respectfully. I'm emotional about it. I hope you understand why. I think a lot of this guy. I think Antonio is a great receiver. And I think deep down, I think he's a really good guy. So I'm frustrated. I'm not going to say any more about it. Hope it all works out. But I don't have anything official to say about anything else until I get all the facts. And that's what I'm going to do.
Maybe he is a good guy deep down, but there's a lot of evidence to say that he might not be. It's all here on the Sport. By the way, Dan Orlovsky on NFL Live on TSN on Thursday, Dan pointed something out. The fine letter that Antonio Brown was so upset about that he posted on Instagram, that's in the NFL CBA. They have to give him that letter so that he knows what he's being fined for. Anyway, I digress. Oakland opens its season Monday night at home against the Broncos. Mike Garafolo.
NFL Network star reporter Mike Garafolo.
There isn't a nicer guy on the planet than our NFL insider Mike Garafolo. He is back. We're thrilled to have him, and it's all about Antonio Brown, Mike Garafolo. There have been reports on Thursday that say that Brown's unlikely to play in the Raiders season opener Monday against Denver. However, those same reports say the Raiders are not looking to terminate his contract. So what's the latest?
Yeah, we're kind of in a limbo right now, Jay. They're trying to figure out how to best handle this because if he's on the roster this weekend, his salary for this upcoming season becomes guaranteed. So basically half of that $30 million that he has technically fully guaranteed. Now, they could get out from under that if they suspended him and said it was conduct detrimental to the team. Per the terms of his contract, that would void all that guaranteed money. But they made the trade for Antonio Brown because of the talent that Brown has. And so there's still an element of the Raiders trying to salvage this one at this point. But by the same token, they just can't let him do whatever he wants and scream at the general manager in front of the rest of the teammates. I mean, at some point, you've got to lay down the law. So that's why the Raiders are kind of in between two decisions here that they're trying to make. And I really do believe that, yes, those reports that you were talking about, including one from my colleague Ian Rappaport, Brown's not going to play this weekend, but I don't think we're going to see a suspension at this point.
Now, Brown's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, said Thursday that his goal is to work everything out. Okay, that's what he wants. But what's the reality? What is going to happen? Is he ever going to play for the Raiders?
I still think that there's a chance here, but it's really up to Antonio Brown. I mean, he's got to come back and say, okay, I understand why you fined me $40,000 for leaving camp, because that's something you don't want your players to do. I understand why you're fining me for all these other things I did, including that shouting match with the GM in which he punted a football and said, go ahead, fine me for that. Yeah, they're going to, Antonio, but at some point you've got to realize that despite the fact that you are a star player, despite the fact that you're upset about a number of things, including a helmet, you've got to realize that you're part of a whole here, and especially with a general manager who's in his first year and is trying to lay down the law. So it's really up to AB. I mean, if he comes back and says, okay, I'm going to try to make this thing work, then yeah, he could be a Raider again. I truly believe that at this point. But if he's not willing to play ball, then you could see that scenario I talked about. The suspension, the voiding of the contract, and then he's gone to his third team in just a couple of months.
Yeah, if only the Raiders had known what they were getting off the field. There was no indication going into the season. Mike, it's great to have NFL football back, but better to have you back.
Oh, well, thank you. And I will tell you this. There are folks in Pittsburgh right now looking from afar, snickering, Jay.
The Dallas Cowboys held a media conference for Ezekiel Elliott on Thursday. Now, normally teams present players with a jersey to take photos with. Team owner, president, and GM Jerry Jones took a different route.
Present Zeke his new jersey that I want him to wear. If you'll stand up, Zeke. Zeke who? Here he is. Zeke who? And then if you will help me turn around, that's it.
Just first want to thank the Joneses for, giving me the opportunity. First of all, drafting me, bringing me here, and then, signing me so that I can remain here for the rest of my career. And I'm just really excited about this team. I'm really excited about, what we're going to do. And, just thank you guys.
Jerry can pay for that contract with T-shirt sales.
It's actually a pretty good idea. So Dak Prescott's up next, going into the season in the final year of his rookie deal. And Zeke says he wants Dak there. And Jerry said he was confident he'd get the deal done before the season started. Well, the season starts Sunday at home against the Giants.
In the final year of his deal, he's only making $2 million.
When we come back, the greatest sports awards segment to ever air on the night of an NFL season opener. It's the Jannies. It's coming up next on Jay and Dan on TSN.
Ooh, the Jannies. I saw a pumpkin farm about to open up by my house. I don't know, are pumpkins ready yet? Seems a bit early. Minot State's Corey Kerrigan. Insane kickoff return for a touchdown in an NCAA Division II matchup against Minnesota Duluth. Kerrigan attempts to catch a kickoff at the 3-yard line, drops the ball, has a roll, and then, okay, now he's running. Avoids a safety, brings down the sideline for a kickoff return. Oh, look at that
what a block.
The block was awesome. What a play.
That was fun. Angels and A's, foul ball. This fan going all out to make the catch. Way to go, Dad.
Christian Vasquez pops it up. C.J. Cron diving into foul territory to make the catch. Nice. Oh, just gets it.
Again, back to the Angels and A's. This fly ball is caught by Cole Calhoun. Yeah, that's a worthy dive, I think.
Yeah. Michael Taylor at the dish, ground ball to third. Remember when Josh Donaldson had a dead arm? Well, I always think of that whenever he makes plays from third now. There was a point where he couldn't get the ball to first.
Taylor saying,
maybe he was, I'm not going to say it. Twins, Red Sox. Again, Christian Vasquez, fly ball to shallow right center. Jake Cave.
Outstanding play in center field.
Jake Cave.
Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Look at this slide. He is out. But not. Nope. But not. But not. He's safe because of that slide.
One last time, Twins, Red Sox, bottom 9. Boston down 1-2 on J.D. Martinez off the green monster. Rafael Devers trying to score from second. Eddie Rosario ends the game with that terrific throw. We see a replay of this? We see a replay of the tag.
Not even close.
Yeah. Very impressive, Rosario. I've been getting some tweets and texts that there are giant tigers all across the country.
They call it the GT Boutique, to be
When
fancy.
we come back, other things. So maybe that'll go over well for him. Dan, being a reporter is a tough job. You know, you've been one. It only gets tougher in the summer heat.
But that heat didn't stop these journalists from getting their perfect sound bites. It's Summer Scrumlickers.
Well, is it kind of incredible how it comes down to September? You get to be at home, the gnats are chasing you. You got to really.
This has been Summer Scrumlers. Still to come, football's back, baby. We couldn't be happier.
It's the worst play of the day. Matt Carpenter to first should be routine from the third out of the inning. Carpenter beats it out. Brandon Belt couldn't find the bag. Missed it with his right foot. Let's watch Belt here. By the time he touches it with his left, Carpenter was already there. Inning would be extended with a run scoring on the misplay by Belt. We could have used that, or we could have just used the whole Packers-Bears game.
Highlight of the night. Minot State's Corey Kerrigan. Okay, so he drops the ball, goes into the end zone. He scrambles to retrieve the ball. Somehow it's not brought down. And sprints down. And he gone. That's Corey Kerrigan.
He's at the 25.
Oh, look at that block. From Minot State. Where's Minot again?
North Dakota. As I pointed out to everybody here on the show, my parents honeymooned in Minot, North Dakota.
It's the honeymoon capital of North Dakota.
Capital of North Dakota. They got married in Saskatchewan, where they lived. They just drove south until they hit a city. That city was Minot.
You blew it. We pointed out our errors. Guess what?
What? Wow.
Could we get a new printer?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Dot matrix?
Well, that's fun.
Wow. Well, that's nice. That's a really nice compliment.
Missed the recycling bin.
All right, that's no big deal. Bianca Andreescu's in the U.S. Open final. It's going to be this Saturday on TSN at 4 Eastern, by the way.
And you're going to be at my house, so you're going to stay to watch, right?
I will definitely watch that match. I will definitely watch it. Yeah, we'll probably stick around. Got the little kids, though, so got to get them home to bed.
We got beds? No?
Just all the kids. What are you, running an orphanage?
Kind of.
So Glenn, I want you to be like this. What's the line again? You got it, Lindsay. You got it, Lindsay. Great job.
I don't mean to laugh, but due to a staph infection, head coach Hugh Freeze was forced to coach from a bed. Sorry. Yummy.
Guys, I know I may be lying down right now. Okay.
Raisins.
Hi, I'm Tuffy Knight.
Tuffy. Yeah, okay, Tuffy. Yeah, we got it. Thanks. Okay. As you know by now, so this.